Oh yeah, smart money manipulates the market all the fucking time. Like, what did you expect? But if you get wiped out, then you are the idiot, not the smart money. That's why they're smart, right? Look, man, they cannot wipe you out if you don't let them to. Take fucking responsibility. You will never make it in a pool of sharks like the market if you are putting blame on anybody else but your own goddamn self. You don't like what I'm saying? Go find a kindergarten to apply for a job. Because yes, smart money manipulates all sorts of markets every single day. And tens of thousands of people get stopped out, lose their money, get tricked into positions and all of these things. This is why there are so many rules and regulations, especially in like the more regulated markets, because there are all sorts of plays going on. Everybody tries to outsmart everybody. It's a zero-sum game. You have to understand that. Who is it that you're competing with? You think you're competing with numbers on a screen? Like, wake the fuck up. If you treat it like that, then you will only be parted with your money sooner than later even. You have to accept reality. I said that so many times. You need to understand reality so that you can work with reality. If you try to work against reality, all that's going to happen is it's going to smack you in your fucking face and take your money from you. Somebody else will, who actually understood reality and knew how to make your reality miserable. And you know, the smartest participants in the market, they apply also rules to how they are actually taking money out of the market, how they are tricking more stupid people in the market, and they also apply a good amount of risk management so they know what kind of risk are they taking for the kind of return that they're targeting. And this is exactly why I have my 7 building block structure. If you act like a professional on the market, you cannot be taking out like a retail idiot. It's that simple. So the 7 building block structure and working with a statistical edge doesn't just allow you to make money, but it also protects you from losing money like someone that doesn't have that kind of structure in place. Never forget, you are a risk manager before you are a profit taker or maker. Got it? And part of the 7 building block structure is actually risk management and trade management, because you always want to be able to stay in the game. If you get taken out with everything you have, like, how are you going to get back on your feet? You won't. And that's exactly why you cannot let this happen. You must not let it happen under any circumstances, unless you are a retail gambler and you don't know any of these things and you're not interested in any of these things, and this is why you will lose your money sooner than later. You know, there's tons of examples where big banks said their analysis says this stock is going to go up, that stock is going to go down, and then eventually in the background they did the actual opposite of it. And like Bitcoin, for example, like Larry Fink kept saying, oh, Bitcoin is so bad, it's like, you know, outlawing it and whatever, and now they're actually the biggest ETF provider in the whole market, and they bought a ton of it. And there's more and more of these stories. Or one of my favorite was actually Bill Ackman that went on the air crying out about the C19 crash and like how everyone's gonna die in that market crash. And essentially he actually shorted it and actually bought the bottom both and made a ton of money, billions of dollars, in one of the smartest moves I have ever seen a single hedge fund manager do out in the open. But these kind of manipulations through news outlets, through articles, through analysis, through their own channels, like banks will be trading against their own customers that they're feeding the analysis of. So it's really important that you understand that game is played in a certain way. And if you want to win that game, or you don't want to be the fool in that game, then you have to understand the game and play it in the rules of the game so that you can make money. And that's why you need to have a statistical edge on your side, and then also a 7 building block structure so that you can bring it on your side. Because one thing is certain, there is a repetitiveness in markets. There are patterns, but these patterns are extremely random. You cannot really say if this or that is going to happen in the next day, in the next month, in the next hour. Anyone who believes that they can predict something with accuracy, they're wrong. All you can do is you can play odds, and play the odds in a statistical way, and also with the right risk management in place, so that when you are wrong, you are less painfully wrong than when you are right. You are making more money on the profit side. That's how it works. That's literally everything that's to it. And retail traders get wiped out because they have incomplete information. They draw their lines and boxes on the chart and say like, oh, my risk reward and, 5% risk management and any of these things. And then they actually throw their rules overboard because the price went through any of these ideas, They added to a losing trade. It's going to come back now. And so they didn't honor their risk management. They didn't even have a plan as to when they should enter and exit the trade, manage the trade, get out of the risk, Don't let your losers run and cut your winners short. You see that all the time in the retail crowd. And that's why they lose, because they adapt behavior that actually amplifies their lack of maturity and understanding and experience and skill set. And because of that amplification, the probability for them to lose is extremely, extremely higher. And pair that with even leverage on their side that they can use, and they will lose their money in a heartbeat every single day. And this is what happens to so many people, especially the ones that want to flip their accounts or make money quickly. The only thing that's going to happen quickly is you losing your cash this way. But as a professional, you know that losing is part of winning. So you only need to make sure that losing happens in a certain framework, not in an overextended size or extent, right? And on the other side, you need to understand how to manage on the profitable side so that you can actually capture enough from the market to have more on that side than on the losing side. You need to make more profits when you win than you lose when you lose, basically, right? And that's why you need to have a structure in place, not just a structure that is statistically sound with an edge and also using the 7 building block structure so that you can create that in the first place, but also a strategy that works for you so that you are able to see it as it happens, put it into action, be skilled and trained about it, know exactly when, why, and how and where you do what. And then you also develop that sixth sense, if you want. This is when you become an excel as a trader and you add discretionary aspects on top of that structure. And this is why you're better than just only a robot, because now you also have some of your intuition and your experiences also in the mix. But that only works on top of the statistical edge and the structure that you have cultivated and trained yourself on, a strategy that works for you. When you have all these things in place, your ability is so robust and you are so capable that you also know when you're going to stick to your, idea, or when you should pull out of the market, and when you should take risk and when you should reduce risk, and all these questions that when you don't have the robustness as a sound foundation, you will, that will just crumble whenever there's pressure exercised on it. But when it's robust and strong and trained and something that works for you with the statistical number side and the edge in it that actually works, then you will not be that fragile anymore. You will have strong results as a consequence. It's not hoping, it's not wishing, it's not magic, it's consequential. It's physics, it's math. You understand? So yes, there is manipulation in probably every market and every single day. But if you lose because of manipulation, then it's your fault only. And this only happens because you have incomplete information, incomplete training, and completely wrong ideas about how trading actually works, especially profitably, consistently, long term. You understand? When you know these things, then you use actually manipulations to your advantage, because then you might pick up a certain asset at a price much lower than you could otherwise get into. So you just develop much more of a tactical intelligence and ability in these moments. So you are also more piggybacking certain things instead of losing because of them. And this is why you need to have a complete strategy, 7 building blocks, statistical edge, strategy that works for you, that doesn't just help you to make money or is the consequence actually of that structure, but it protects you from losing money too. You need to understand that being profitable also, first and foremost, means you're not losing too much. You control your risk. You manage your risk properly so that you never lose too much. And this is exactly what my formula will help you to achieve. You will not get wiped out in a market ever again. Unless you behave stupid, obviously. And it's the same formula that I'm showing in my track record. 22 months straight, consistent profitability, very little drawdown, 10% drawdown versus 100% profit, a 10-to-1 profit versus risk taken. So, I don't even need to say anything about that. Let the numbers speak. You don't believe what I'm saying? Look at my numbers. You don't believe my numbers? Well, good fucking luck. Well, good fucking luck with having your opinion if you cannot trust numbers, because it should be the other way around. Numbers form opinions, not opinions form numbers. It doesn't work like that. You can try all you want, but if you have a too strong opinion about the wrong number, that number is going to be the one that proves you wrong. So that's why I stick to my working formula, because it gives me that freedom lifestyle. It gives me that ability, that skill set. I'm confident because I know what I can. I know about my capability. I'm not hoping, I'm not wishing, I'm not gambling, I'm not betting, I'm trading, and being a trader has a high degree of confidence necessary in what you do, but your confidence cannot be based on delusions. And when you put all these things together, and that's exactly what I teach in my mentorship, then this is the result that you're going to have. So if you have any questions about that, leave a comment below that video. I'm very happy to answer any of your questions. And I do mentor people as well. However, I do it on a one-on-one basis. So I'm really not interested in doing it with a ton of people. And I can only work with people that actually put in the substance, the time, the effort, are willing to invest money as well. If you are that person and you want to learn that skill set, or you want to just add to your income, or any of these things that actually make you consistently profitable over the long term, then you can reach out to me. If you just want me to give you the key to the Lamborghini, then find the next guy. And last but not least, please, if you like my videos, give them a like, a thumbs up, a share, a subscribe. That would help a lot to distribute this to even more people. This is my intent of doing here, giving you value, the reality of trading, and really help you out so that you can be consistently profitable too. So again, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you on the next video.